Welcome to Atlanta Tarot. This is the tarot forecast for Libra for the Scorpio season. So Scorpio season starting 19th of October going through to the 19th of November. So let's see what's coming up for you, Libra. Just remember, Scorpio is water, the element of water. Scorpio particularly will bring up lots of things, emotional stuff that have been deeply buried. Bring it to the light. So using intuition, going with the flow. It can be either full on rushing and gushing or absolutely stagnant in Scorpio time. So just go with what it is and use feelings rather than logic, which means don't use your brain. How do you feel about stuff? Energy around the focus. Keep focused this month with the Queen of Coins. So she's Earth. So very much established, getting to where she wants to go. Being very earthed. Just getting on with things, getting things sorted. She does it very well. And she's very lovely. Look at that green, full of green, colour of life. Okay, so she's your energy. So for the guys, she might be very steady and force in your life. And for the girls, I'm thinking it's probably an element of yourself coming through, especially to combat the water in the Scorpio season, the emotional stuff. Keep grounded, really, I guess, Libra. Keep very, very grounded this month. Get what you have to do done. Even if you have to have a list and strike it off one by one just to keep yourself grounded. This is where you are right now. Okay. A bit stuckish. Decision to make, but it's not a massive decision. It's just a decision to move forward. Maybe you're just sort of thinking, will I, won't I, will I, won't I, and this goes on and on and on. So it's almost like rip the blindfold off, put the swords down and just move. Make the decision and see what happens. Because you can't remain like that. It's static. It's not going anywhere. But this is your logic. This is your brain just sort of, you know, stuck in a rut, more or less. So the only way to sort of combat the Two of Swords is to make a decision, basically. And as I said, it's not a massive earth-changing decision. So don't get into that. You know, just make the decision for positive, negative, and let's move forward with it. Whatever that's in for you. Let's see what's brought you there. And there's the Knight of Pentacles. So he's sort of saying, yes, very slow-moving energy, very earthed as well this season, this next 4 weeks. Things moving slowly, Libra. So don't sort of get ahead of yourself. You know what you're like, very sort of active in the mind, very busy, thinking, doing things, ideas, very, very busy communication. So just kick it back a gear and just go with this slow-moving energy of the Knight of Pentacles. Go over and over stuff that you've done, your projects. Make sure everything's sort of ticked and done as you like, with detail, thoroughness. Yes, it's boring and whatever, but use that. He's Virgo, this one, so we all know a Virgo or two in our lives, and they're meticulous. So use this energy throughout the next 4 weeks and you'll be fine. Attention to detail. Let's see the background of the situation, what's sitting on top of the reading, in other words. Yeah, and you've had a bit of time out, you're sitting out, you've just taken your foot off the pedal for a bit. You've just been having a bit of a rest, observing things, letting things just sort of settle, letting the dust settle on a project, whatever it may be. Maybe you haven't been well as well, but usually it's just that time to step out and just observe. Be a spectator, not a competitor. So this energy still is around you. It's sitting up the top here of the layout. So it's like, yeah, still use that as well. Use that, you know, get what you need to do done, but just, it's a slower, it's an energy that's a lot slower, more definite, more observation than action. Recent influences, the Three of Cups, and that's the social, fabulous card of, you know, going out, socializing with people, doing things, connecting with your network of people, whoever they may be, sort of getting ideas, being, and very much a social kind of energy. Three people, things going on, ideas as well, perhaps coming out of, with, you know, with this networking. Well, it's more socialization, this card, but it's a happy card. It's weddings, parties, anything basically, but it's just getting out of that, you know, the work sort of plod. The lesson you'll be learning, the sun. So the sun's going to really help you this 4 weeks, Libra, with just really scrutinizing the details. You know, when we take something outside into the bright sunlight, it looks completely different to what it looks like in the superficial or the artificial light. So you're really going to be looking at things in the fine details, and it's a yes answer card. So doing that is really, really, really important in the next 4 weeks, because that'll keep you occupied, and it'll also, you know, serve you in great purpose for later on. Because after Scorpio, we have Sagittarius, and that's things moving forward again. So really illuminating things this 4 weeks. So just remember, the sun's your friend. It's very much it's a very healing planet. We love it when it comes out. We don't love it when it's not there. So use that to your advantage this month, Libra. Or this season. Keep saying month when I mean to say season. Near future. Standing on the outside looking in. Now this is coming up. So this I'm getting, this is that Scorpio stuff. Like the deluge of water. Feeling like you're not a part of the group. Feeling like you don't want to be there. Feeling like you've been left out of something. It's not the case. It's just a temporary feeling with the Five of Pentacles. It's about, she's looking in the window, she's standing outside in the snow, but she doesn't want to go inside. It's her prerogative not to go in. She doesn't feel like she fits at this particular time. So if this descends upon you, or when this descends upon you in the next 4 weeks, Libra, just go with that and know that you're not really meant, and you wouldn't go inside even if they paid you, would you? You wouldn't. So it's just that feeling, and a big change coming through too as well. And it might be a lot of that emotional stuff that's been going on all year, or since the last water sign, which was Cancer. So June, July, there might be still some emotional stuff that needs to be dealt with, but on a highly personal level. So you mightn't feel like sort of being all happy and joining in happiness groups and big hugs and all the rest of it. So just remember that, deal with what you have to deal with, especially emotionally. What's happening that you're not realising? And there's the Two of Cups. And that's that beautiful goal of, you know, really, you know what it is that you're working towards. You know what you love. You know who you love. You know who your people are. Your significant other, all those sorts of things. But as we saw in the Five of Coins, just be preceding it, in the near future you might, you know, don't ignore those that are close to you either, but just process that whole emotional stuff. And it might have a lot to do with this Two of Cups, with a very significant relationship as well. So you just have to process that and try and go with it. Don't avoid it, Libra, because it, you know, what happens when we avoid things, it chases you. It chases and chases until it catches you. How others see you. The World, the successful end of a cycle. So this is coming through. So really, you know, just that recap of your projects, of what you've been doing. The cycle's coming to an end. Other people are looking at you thinking, oh, wow, look at him, look at her. They've successfully completed a project. Aren't they amazing? I wonder what they're going to do next. All that sort of energy. But it's a really fabulous card. It's a major card. So it's not to be trifled with it. It's about, yeah, looking at it and thinking, yeah, well, I have done a good job. I've done everything that I can and that I set out to do. So, yeah, I do feel pleased with myself. What you're feeling positive about in the next 4 weeks? High Priestess. Another big card, and this is it as well. There's the emotional. This is the card for the Pisceans, the major arcana for Piscean people. So it's about keeping your own counsel. It's also about secrets that may come out. And especially in Scorpio time, this is when secrets and all that hidden stuff at the bottom on the ocean floor sort of finds its way to the top. And there comes the secrets, but then once again, it's very much the emotional stuff that Scorpio will dredge up for you. So just remember that, especially with this 5 of Coins as well. Perhaps it's not going to be the month of, you know, the hooray party time at all. It's going to be about delving into your own subconscious and your own emotional place. But keeping it to yourself is a good idea. The outcome, so when we're almost at the 19th of November now, so we're almost moving into the fire sign of Sagittarius, where the pace will pick up again after the waters of Scorpio. Justice, so ending on justice. So as you can see, you know, karmic stuff, all very karmic, cause and effect. So what have you been doing for the past month in this Scorpio time? It will all come to the reckoning at the end. So at the end, you'll get to see. So the more you can put energy into, you know, the earthing of yourself and keeping yourself earthed with your projects and with your day-to-day routines, as well as emotional introspection, you'll be fine. You'll come out and you will have balanced the old justice scales once again for yourself. So, but if you don't do any of that, those scales will be unbalanced and you'll be feeling like, and funnily enough, this is the card for the Libra and the major arcana for Libra. So you can see how this next 4 weeks is it's going to end really well or not so well. But it all depends on you. You're the driver. Okay, I'm just going to pop a complimentary or an explanatory card on that 5 of Coins, because that's sort of always a bit of a, people don't like the card. It looks sad and it looks unwanted, but it's not the case. Sometimes we just have to stand out from things. I think that's the only one really, Libra, because the rest of it's good. It's just about focusing on things that come up and keeping yourself grounded. Okay, so under the surface of near future of the 5 of Coins we have, and there's the 2 of Coins, so juggling, things going well, you know, your project's going well. Make a decision to make that go well. Make a decision to sort of put that effort in and do what it is that you have to do. And there's more stuff coming, and it's all very positive because it's coins. It's sort of really making things happen for yourself, making decisions where you can move forward and it's going to grow fruit, basically. So it's a really nice card to have, and just know that things are balanced and you're a good juggler and you'll get through it. But yeah, focusing once again on those on things that you can do, like the material stuff, being earthed, getting stuff done, as well as, you know, especially with all those emotional feelings that'll be swirling around. For some of you it mightn't, but it normally does do that this time of year. We have all sorts of, you know, we have All Saints Day coming up on the 31st, or Halloween, where we sort of, apparently the other world comes down very close to the material world, and we sort of can, you know, connect with those that have passed, all that sort of thing. So it's very much a magical time in terms of the emotional depths. Generosity is the card and the message for you guys. So it is. A true spiritual life is not possible without a generous heart. Buddha said this. When you act in the true spirit of generosity with no expectation, your heart expands outwardly as a consequence of the passion and loving kindness to be found within. So just focus on those kind of lovely things like being generous. Focusing on other things, it doesn't matter what's going on within that. You know, you can do that all by yourself. You can't really share that out amongst the folk. Okay, Libra, I hope you have a really nice 4 weeks. Thanks so much for listening. Talk to you in 4 weeks.